Hello, Professor and classmates. Today I'll be talking on the topic creating a climate for change, risk taking, collaboration, and trust through a couple of questions. I'll start off with the first question. What actions a leader can take to create a climate for change and encourage risk taking? Um, in my opinion, so I've written down a couple of actions which a leader can take, in my opinion, would be helpful to inculcate this change. To encourage people, leaders should have the ability to encourage people share their ideas and that comes from the thought that leader has to embrace diversity of thought and ability. These ideas originating from different people are from different backgrounds, culture, and experience. And great leaders should always remember that the growth is always when they lead with the team along with them. It's not a one person army anymore. It is important for the leader to show that they value the input at all levels of the organization, coming from all people, especially his core team, for sure. And second is be supportive and provide resources. A leader should be able to invest in people along with technology and everything other dynamic changes required for the organization. Most important aspect is people, their development and growth. Leaders should provide them with the necessary tools required for the innovation and the ideation stages. Um, yeah, that, in my opinion, is quite important. Conducting team building activities which can lead and encourage strategical or critical thinking, that is also a very important aspect. It's helpful for bringing the team, actually bringing them together to feel that they're working towards a common goal. Leaders can help encounter this risk taking, a version of like risk taking by actually helping people to think and refocus on the possibilities those risks can open up. So that is the strategic or the critical thinking which leaders should try inculcate in their team members. Um, Failure should not be one of those traits which is regarded or looked down upon, but it should be regarded as providing critical lessons on how to better moving forward. And the more often, it's well established that more often when people are exposed to a situation outside their comfort zone, the more comfortable they get with them. So it's just not rewarding the successful people, but also rewarding the brave who actually bring up those ideas, who are actually having that courage to take up those risks. Second question, how leaders can create a climate of trust and facilitate relationship among people who work in a team. Um, in my opinion, these are the three, like providing a fair opportunity to everybody on the team. Uh, it is like the leader has to demonstrate integrity and fairness, like in the way that all team members should be able to rely on the leader for fair treatment, especially when it comes to growth opportunities. Like we have to provide all the team members equally with learning experiences so that they can develop their skill set. Of course, it has to be catered to whatever their needs are, whatever their focus areas are, but that can be done through like projects, training programs, or other roles in the organization. Um, and second is like encourage open discussions. Like transparency and openness is quite important in an organization, and leaders should facilitate them through like regular brainstorming sessions, stand-up meeting to share and ask about progress, to share his action items, and also follow up on what the team is doing, which shows that there is this open podium where others can share what's going on, and if other members from the team can pull in their brains to help move forward. um, the answer is not actually in pushing away if we have any difficult situations going on, but in embracing the ups and downs as a team together, and above all learning from them and sharing those learnings with the team members. So open discussions facilitates that. Third is seek and provide regular feedback. Leader there are two aspects to it. Leader has to be receptive to feedback. There's no point taking that feedback personally, because instead we could use it to improve your own performance as a leader and provide valuable information which or feedback to your team members based on your experiences and nurture their abilities to grow. Like, so providing regular feedback helps recognizing those focus areas for the other team members. Um, so overall, like sharing information openly and candidly and keep people updated on what's going on helps, and providing that stage for people to share their ideas and also providing feedback helps building a climate of trust and facilitate a relationship among the workday. Um, Third question, what leaders can do to show others they are trustworthy? First, they have to be clear about the team vision and the expectations from the team members, and share how there is that progress which is being tracked, both like, constructively and also positively. But the 3 points which I felt would be uh, which would help the leader to show that they are trustworthy is being reliable in adversity. One is it is important for the leaders to follow through the commitment, but to be reliable, leaders must ensure that their actions line up with their words, because it's quite easier to lose faith in a leader from their team if that doesn't happen. So employees do not really expect the leaders to know everything, but they do hold them on a certain stage. They have a certain level of confidence in their leader capabilities because that is why they chose them. So yeah, and leaders have to show that they can be that reliable person in adversity. They can rely on the team, and it's a team effort than it's one person decision making process. Second, be vulnerable. Showing vulnerability is quite important. It's easier said than done. When leaders like reveal their failures or trip ups, they are seen as like a more approachable, less arrogant, somebody you can speak with, somebody you can reach out to. And that's not easy, but leaders should try inculcate that habit. And you can start from sharing your past experiences than the present. It's, in my opinion, it's tougher to share the present failures than the past, where you actually learned from. And how those areas of development and how that growth happened. It helps. It helps the team have more trust towards you. Building accountable culture where the leader acknowledges the mistakes as well as successes is important. That makes all the other team members and the subordinates feel like the leader is credible and they can follow their lead. Um, the third is empathy with the team. It's well established throughout that empathy is a very important skill set in a leader should possess. And empathy, um, it's a very important leadership skill. And people around you need to know that in simple ways that leader understands. Quote unquote understands, because it doesn't have to be specific to one specific scenario. It is applicable for all, and the leader just understand, give the people the credit for the work. This shows you appreciate for their contribution, that you're not trying to take the credit under your leadership. Um understand the adverse scenario they are being in, understand what their thought process is. So empathy with the team is important. The fourth and last question, what can they do to demonstrate that they trust others? um Three things which I felt are very important that the leader can do to demonstrate that they can trust others are delegating tasks, providing autonomy, and being supportive and encouraging of the team. All the 3 points I stated, they go little hand in hand, like delegating important tasks and projects. This shows how much confidence you have in people's abilities, that you trust them to get a job done, and you place that confidence in them, giving and like talking about autonomy, you give the people the freedom to experiment and take risks. This creates an environment where people are comfortable innovating and trying out new things. And that is the grassroots seed for new ideas and innovation. Giving, allowing the people to make their own decisions and take ownership of their work shows that you believe in their abilities and be there for definitely as a leader. When you have more experience and abilities, you should assist and like support and provide guidance when needed, but the wheel has to be theirs. They have to be behind the wheel, and being supportive and encouraging of the team. Like, this is a point which would sum up the whole idea that it's the team. The concept is it's a team, it's not a one person army. Be supportive and encouraging of the team when they take certain decisions, which is not something you thought of, the solution you thought of. So, these are the ways they can demonstrate, you can create trust environment with the employees. Um, so finally, taking all these steps, leader can build trust with the team members, create a more positive, productive environment overall in the organization. Thank you. These are my references, and I will stop recording now.